Hello everyone! In today's video I was going over how to do the cluster stitch in crochet using US terms. In this tutorial I was using this big twist yarn in the color Varsity Yellow, as well as a 5mm crochet hook and scissors to cut off my work, though this stitch would work with whatever yarn and corresponding hook that you may have. We're going to go ahead and get started with a slip knot, which you can do however is easiest for you. And then once we have our slip knot, we're going to chain an even number of chains. So I'm going to chain 24, but you would just want to chain however many you need to get to your desired length for your project. And to chain, what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over and pull through the loop that's already on our hook. So again, that's yarn over and pull through the loop that's already on your hook. All right, and that is 24 chains completed for me. And now to get started on the first row, what we're going to do is in the second chain from the hook, so not counting the loop that's on our hook and not counting this one here, we're going to do a single crochet. So inserting our hook into that second chain from the hook, pull up a loop through the chain, 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through both of those loops. And then in the next chain as well, we're also going to put a single crochet. So again, insert our hook into the next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop through the chain, 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And now what we're going to do, we're going to chain 1. And with that chain 1, we're going to skip the next chain next to the one that we just worked into. And into the chain after that, we're going to put a single crochet. So again, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to chain 1 again, and we're going to be skipping the next chain beneath us. And into the chain following that one, we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. So we're just going to continue doing this until we get near the end of our chain. So we're going to skip this next chain, and then in the next one following that, we're going to put a single crochet, chain 1, skip the next chain, put a single crochet, chain 1, and so on. So if you want to continue doing that and meet me near the end of the chain, and we can go over how to finish row 1. All right, so you can see I have 3 chains left, and I've just put a single crochet into this chain and then chained 1. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to skip this next chain here, and just like we started the row with 2 single crochets in a row, we're going to end the row with 2 single crochets in a row. So in this chain here, the second to last one, I'm going to put a single crochet. So insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And in the last chain as well, I'm going to finish by putting a single crochet. So insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in order to turn my work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm ready to get started on the second row. Working on the second row now, what I want to do is I want to find the chain 1 spaces between the single crochets, because that is the area that I'm going to be working in for most of the row. So in this chain 1 space, I'm going to skip these 2 stitches right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cluster stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into this space here, the chain 1 space. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop. So now I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2 of those. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over again, insert my hook into that same space, that chain 1 space, pull up a loop. Now I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2 of those. And now I'm going to once again yarn over, insert my hook into that same space, the chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So currently I have 4 loops on my hook, and then one last time I'm going to yarn over, insert into that same space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I have 5 loops on my hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those. Then I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. And then I want to find that next chain 1 space, and I want to do the same thing. So again, yarn over, insert into that chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, insert into the chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on my hook that are left, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 4 loops on my hook. What I want is 5. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I have those 5 loops on my hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5, and then chain 1. So we're just going to do that in all of these chain 1 spaces until we get near the end. So I'll do one more together with you, and then we can meet near the end of the row. So yarn over, insert into the next chain 1 space here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then one last time for this cluster stitch here, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, I have those 5 loops left on my hook, so I'm going to yarn over and pull through all of them, and then chain 1. So again, if you want to meet me near the end of the row, and we can go over how to finish the row and turn our work. All right, so I'm at my last chain 1 space for this row. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cluster stitch in there, continuing until I have 5 loops on my hook. And I have 4, so I need 1 more. Yarn over, pull through all 5, and then chain 1. And then I have these 2 single crochets beneath me that we did in order to start the first row. So I'm going to skip this first one here, and in the second one, the last stitch for the row beneath me, I'm going to finish by putting a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that stitch, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in order to turn my work, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm ready to get started on row 3. Working on row 3 now, and row 3 is going to be very similar to row 1, but we are going to be working into the stitches beneath us instead of into the chain. So we've chained 1 to turn our work, and now we're going to begin by, in this stitch right beneath us, the double crochet, we're going to put a single crochet. So we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop through that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. And just like we started row 1 with 2 single crochets, we're going to put a second single crochet. So right into this space here, we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to go ahead and chain 1. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working into the space between the clusters. So into this space here, we're going to put a single crochet. So insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. And then finding the next space between the clusters, we're going to do the same, put a single crochet, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. So we're just going to continue that until we get near the end of the row. So every time that we have a cluster, there's going to be a chain 1 above it, and then between the clusters we're going to put a single crochet, and then again chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, until we get near the end. So if you want to meet me there, you can go ahead and do that now. Alright, so I've just put a single crochet and chained 1 into this last space between these 2 clusters, and now I have this chain 4 left here after this cluster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first put a single crochet into that space, and then I'm going to find the 3rd chain in this chain 4. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to insert my hook into the 3rd chain in that chain 4 and do a single crochet. So I'm going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then to chain my work, I'm going to again chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'd be ready to get started on row 4 now. Just like row 3 followed row 1 for the most part, row 4 is going to be a repeat of row 2 now. So we'll do this one last row together, and then I'll meet you near the end once I have a few more rows worked up so we can look at the texture of the stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to be skipping these 2 stitches beneath us and working into this chain 1 space. So again, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert my hook into that chain 1 space again, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into that same space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then again I need 5 loops on my hook, so I need to do that one more time, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I have 5 loops on my hook, so I'm able to yarn over, pull through all 5, and then chain 1. So we're going to again do this into all the chain 1 spaces. So it's almost easier the more that you work this up, because you can see that the chain 1 space is always going to be directly above a cluster. So if you are working into a space that would not be above a cluster, you know that maybe you need to take a closer look and check to see that you are actually working into the chain 1 space, because it's always going to be directly above. So we'll do one more together and then meet again near the end of my row. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to be skipping this stitch here, and I'm going to insert into the chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, insert into the chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, insert into the chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on my hook, and then yarn over, insert into the chain 1 space, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I have 5 loops on my hook, so I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 5, and then chain 1. So if you want to meet me again near the end of the row, and we can go over once more how to finish this row and turn our work. Alright, so I've just worked my last cluster into this row. So again, I have 2 stitches left beneath me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this one here, and in this last stitch for the row, I'm going to finish by putting a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then I would chain 1 in order to turn my work. But we're just going to be repeating those 2 rows until we get to our desired length. So if you want to use the timestamps down below in order to double check if you have any questions relating to the stitch. But if not, I'm going to meet you once I have a few more rows worked up, and we can go over how to finish our project together, as well as the texture of the stitch once a few more rows are worked up. I've gone ahead and worked up as many rows as I want for my sample piece for my project. So you can see that this is a flat stitch. It sits the same way on either side too. And it is not dissimilar to a granny square, though of course it is not worked in the round, and the spaces between the clusters are much smaller as compared to a granny square. It would be a little bit warmer than a granny square, so this might be nice if you want to make something like a scarf or maybe a blanket that is a bit more warm than a granny square blanket. But like I said, I've worked up as many rows as I want to for my project, and I finished on the row that has the single crochets. So I've worked the last two here, the last one into the chain 3. So what I'm going to do just to end my project is I'm going to chain 1 and then grab my scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off and pull my hook up and pull tight. And you can go ahead and knot there if you want to make sure that it is more secure. But this is our final project. You just want to make sure that you weave this end back into your project, as well as this right here, which was the excess that we did when we did the slip knot. But this is our final project for the cluster stitch. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, or if there are any other stitches or tutorials that you'd like to see in a future video. Thank you.